Hello, Knoxville. This is your Knoxville Beer Board. Today is December 10th of 2024. Welcome everyone here, and to those watching at home, Mr. Johnson, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Fugit.
Here.
Councilman Helsley. Councilwoman McKenzie. Councilwoman Parker. Councilwoman Ryder.
Here.
Councilman Roberto.
Here.
Councilman Singh. Vice Mayor Smith. Councilman Thomas. 7 members present.
The minutes of the last meeting were distributed by email. Are there any corrections to the minutes? If there are no corrections to the minutes stand approved as distributed. Mr. Johnson, do we have anyone signed up for public comments to germane to today's agenda?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Seeing as no one is signed up for public comment, we will move on. The next matters of business are items to be postponed or withdrawn. Mr. Byrd, are there any applicants requesting a postponement?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am, you may. Oh, turn on your mic. Are you going to be Vice Mayor Smith?
I am. For now, he ain't here.
Where's your thing?
Where's my what thing? It's right here. Is that what you're looking for?
What?
Come on, Lauren, work with me. I want to postpone a motion to postpone 6F until January meeting, please.
I was just helping Mr. Johnson know if he was denoting that Vice Mayor Smith was postponing it or Councilwoman Helsley.
Whoever.
Okay, 6F, you say.
Yes, I say.
Postpone. Have a motion to postpone. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
What was 5A?
Oh, do we need to do any?
I don't know what they're wanting.
It's to be withdrawn, I believe. Mr. Byrd, is 5A to be withdrawn?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, so it's not an automatic because it's under that heading? Okay.
Second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second to withdraw 5A. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Went back, asked Mr. Byrd if he had anything to postpone. He said no. Councilwoman Helsley wanted to postpone 6F. We had a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? To the January meeting.
To the January.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else to be postponed or withdrawn? Yes, Councilman Roberto.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to make a motion to postpone item 7B, Fast Hand Tavern. They are not available to join us this evening, but ask for a postponement to the January meeting. Oh, extension.
Because it's under the addendums, right? Okay. I have a motion to extend to the January meeting.
That's correct.
Second, and I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. Maybe I'll get myself on track here. All right. Mr. Byrd, do you have any withdrawals?
No, ma'am, just Pariza 2020, the 5A is the only withdrawal.
The one we already dealt with. All right, you guys, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Have a beer.
Before we get started, I have a few announcements. When I call the names of the businesses applying for a permit, please come to the podium, and the first person up will need to push the button to turn it on. State your name and your address clearly into the microphone for the record. Applicants who are approved pending final documentation will need to bring their completed documents to the business tax office during business hours. Approved pending final documentation means one or more requirements are incomplete and for a beer board permit. In order to get your certificate of occupancy, which is one of the common reasons you might be approved pending final documentation, you will need to, you might have to meet zoning changes, minimum parking requirements, submit architectural drawings to plans review and inspections, or modify your zoning and meet other elements for building and codes compliance. This may entail hiring an architect and/or a contractor and submitting plans for site review. So I say this all to just let you know that that is not necessarily a quick and easy thing, and that if you have questions about that, Mr. Johnson from the Building Inspections Department will help you through the process. So please utilize that service and understand that there may be substantial work to be done to be finalized. Applicants that have their permit approved tonight can pick up their permit at the end of this meeting from Mr. Byrd. Finally, as I'm chairing the meeting, other members will make motions in the 4th District. Let's get started. All right, our first one is going to be 6A Corner Market on 13th. Samira Jawani. Name and address for the record.
Samira Jivani, and the address is 310 13th Street, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37916.
All right, Officer Presley.
I'm missing the background checks. I spoke with Ms. Jawani today about what she needs to do to get those done, and also someone will need to attend the task class. I'm not finding any record that that's happened in the past year.
Okay. Councilwoman Helsley. Your light's on.
Motion to approve final documentation, no. What's next? What?
Yeah.
I'm doing what Rob told me.
They haven't taken their background checks yet, so an appropriate motion would be to postpone them till the January meeting so they can get that done.
Can you get that by January?
The thing is, like, I went to the police department on November 28th to 2024, and I took my fingerprints over there. So I have the records over here. But when I spoke to Officer Presley this morning, she said these are not valid. And I cannot do, if she wants to say something regarding that.
Yes, like I explained to you this morning, so someone with their business made an appointment to come see me November 20th.
Yes.
I have that on my calendar as a no-show because they never actually came to my office. Apparently, ma'am, if you'll let me finish,
Just
okay?
let Officer Presley speak.
Apparently, when they came to the police department, they did not come to the inspections office. When you come in the front there, you tell someone that you're there for inspections, and they call my office because it's back in a secured area. I do not know anyone is there. No one alerted me that they were there, and so they went to the records department there, and they were fingerprinted there and underwent a local background check. You can come to the police department and get your own fingerprints and local background check if you wish to take out to like a job and give to someone. Those are not in all 50 states background check that we require for beer permitting. That is just if an individual wanted a local check of their arrest record. So that's not anything that I can approve for the beer board to say that this is valid for a beer board. I explained to her this morning when I spoke to her on the phone that, apparently there was some kind of misunderstanding, that my office was not contacted when she was there, that she was she met with someone else. I don't know who she met with, but that those items did not go through the TBI, that those background checks have not been completed for the purposes here. I could make her an appointment. I could have made her an appointment today for later this week that would be good for the January meeting. We could get that process started. She didn't want to do that at that time. She kept telling me she would bring those items to me that she had done on November 20th. But unfortunately, those are just not the items that we need for the beer board.
This is Sam Giovanni here. The reason we were here, so we were there at the location, and we did said that we are here for the beer license, and we've been directed to one of your officer, and they took us for the fingerprints. And I have the record up here, and when you see on the reason up here, it still clearly says for the beer permit, and that's what we did. And if you guys have a different law for that, that's not our mistake. What we did, we did all our checklist and everything was taken care of. None of our things are due or anything. We did the task class also. It was already done for this year. As you said, this task class is not done, but it's already done. And we did the fingerprints as well. That's fine. If we have to do it with the TBI, we are ready to do that. We are not saying that we don't want to do the background check or anything on it, but at least give us the conditional approval. Because if you're not giving that conditional approval, we have to wait till next month, and we are going to lose whole entire month business. That's a big deal for us. It's not that we're just trying to just hide something or maybe we don't want to do something on it. At least if it's a mistake, it's not from our side mistake, it's not from your side mistakes. It's both the side. So just work in the middle, just give us a one thing, give us a conditional approval. At least we can take our conditional approval, we'll get the fingerprints done, and unless everything is good to go, then please provide us the license for that. Because if we have to wait for another 1 month, that's going to be a very big deal for us.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Jawani?
Yes.
I'm going to call him Mr. Frost, our attorney, right now, because our options are limited. But do you know what date you took the task class?
We take every year classes, and it's already done for all my businesses.
Do you know what date it was taken?
It was taken this year sometime, and
Okay.
when we had it.
If you can provide Officer Presley with the
Sure.
date, then we can meet that requirement.
Sure.
Mr. Frost, what are our options under the law and requirements for background checks?
Thank you, Chair. Briefly, I feel sorry for the applicants in that there was some confusion. I don't know where the confusion lies on the fingerprint and background check situation. But as Officer Presley correctly stated, a 50 statewide check is done for all applicants before they get to this point, and the results need to come back. I do not mean to impugn the credibility of these two people, but there is always the possibility that there could be a clean local background check, but something else would show up, which by law would disqualify them from holding a permit. There are violations of the law that can disqualify someone for having a permit. So if that was the unfortunate situation and these people were passed without the result of their background check, I don't know what we would do, because, you know, they could claim they have some vested right in a permit that was granted to them, even though the background check hadn't come back yet. That's really not something that I would recommend the Beer Board getting into. I hear what the Jawanis have said about not being able to sell alcohol for that period of time. I'm sympathetic to that, but I think upholding what this Beer Board has done for years and years and years, the practice has been to postpone them until they get their fingerprint and background check, as all other applicants do, and reported back to KPD.
So, Mr. Johnson, our next meeting is January 7th?
21st.
We don't meet again? No, I'm like, the next council meeting is January
yes. January 7 is the next city
6th.
7,
So, 7th, that's our earliest possible convening of council.
yes.
Okay, all right. So at this point, Mr. Frost, our options are like the others. So, Mr. Jawani, we have others that were withdrawn and postponed tonight because they don't have background checks. And that's the common pathway that we have to take, is if there's no background check that is required, that it has to be postponed.
Yes, I totally understand that
Yeah.
it was no background check for them, but what we did is we did our part. We don't know, and even though Mark from City of Knoxville, he emailed us yesterday regarding the background check is not done, and we were completed. We thought we already done a month ago for that stuff. We took care of every single step. That we had to call the fire marshals, we had to call the city of occupancy for the building and everything. So we took care of everything. But again, if it's, I don't know, what can I say, but just look on both sides if you can.
Well, it's not a matter of not trying to be sympathetic to your situation. It's just we're legally bound by certain constraints. We can't just ignore the law.
No, I'm not
And-
saying to ignore the law. I'll do the TBI. If I have to do it, I'll go tomorrow morning and I'll take care of that. But just don't let me wait for another 1 month for just holding the beer license for that. At least if you guys want to hold it till March, it's fine with us. We'll finish our things, what needs to be done, and then you can release it.
Mr. Frost, our only option is January.
I believe that's correct.
So we are bound by certain ordinances and we have no other choice.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
if someone would like to make a motion to postpone to our January meeting,
Make a go ahead.
Motion to postpone to the January meeting.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Mr. Jawani, well, before you, do you already have a meeting set up with Officer Presley to get your background check done?
No, we got to know today. We've
She
been,
said she's
we've been,
available tomorrow to give me an appointment, not today.
How, they need to call you? Yeah, I'll have to look at the book. Okay. Okay. Officer Presley will make an appointment with you. Do they have your number or Mr. Byrd?
Do you have my number? I think I gave it to you today. If
Yes,
you will
we do.
call my office tomorrow, I'll look at my book. I know I am seeing a lot of people tomorrow, but if I can work you in tomorrow, I will. I'll definitely get you in this week, and that will be plenty of time to get something done before that next meeting.
yeah, that's fine. As it is, we have to wait for till next month, so we'll be fine then, right?
I'm sorry?
As it is, we have to wait till next month, right? As it
That's
is,
my understanding, yes. And
Okay.
once you do your background, it's usually back within a few days.
okay.
Yes.
Right. I'd rather you get it done sooner than later so that if it takes, a few days to return, it's done. Does that make sense?
And if you can also find your certificate and give me an approximate date of when you
Sure.
took that class, because I looked through our files and I couldn't find your name in the past year. So I want to make sure that we can find that also, so you don't have to retake that class.
Sure, sounds good. We'll do that. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good weekend.
Our next agenda item is 6B, El Zocala. Dolores Ramirez. Do we have anyone here from 6B? There we go.
Hi, my name is Dolores Cruz Ramirez.
Address?
429 Dodge Valley.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Byrd?
We just need the certificate of occupancy and approval from the health department.
Okay. And Officer Presley?
No record?
Okay. Do I have,
Approved pending final documentation.
okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right. Ayes have it. Thank you. Next agenda item is 6C, FSRE Kearns Bakery Manager LLC. Bruce Goodman. Yes, sir. Oh. Name and address for the record.
Taylor Forrester, 1111 North Shore Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37919. Here on behalf of the applicant requesting the common area permit for the Kearns Food Hall.
All right. Officer Presley.
No record?
Mr. Byrd.
That file is complete.
Okay.
I move to approve.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Oh, have a light on?
No,
Oh, Councilwoman Fugit. Oh, anybody else that I'm missing? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. 6D, Ian's Market, 123. Mr. Bogani?
Hello, my name is Vaibhav Mehta, and the business name is Ian's Market 123, and the address is 5411 Asheville Highway, Knoxville, Tennessee 37916.
Thank you. Officer Presley?
No record?
Mr. Byrd?
We need the certificate of occupancy, Department of Agriculture approval, and surrender of the existing permit.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next is 6E Knoxville Opera Company, Don Townsend, possibly? Name and address for the record.
Don Townsend, 5200 Mountain Crest Drive, Knoxville, 37918.
Okay. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
That file is complete.
Okay. Got a motion in a couple of seconds. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
6F is Monday Night Brewing. Oh, that one was postponed. Okay, thank you, sir. 6G, Professional Sports Catering LLC. Name and address?
Tyler Kennedy, 975 Ray Street, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37917.
Okay. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We need a business license, certificate of occupancy, and approval from the health department.
Okay. All right, a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, thank you, sir. Ayes have it. Oh, what? Oh, this is for the next one. Okay. Then I have 6H, Professional Sports Catering. Name and address for the record.
Tyler Kennedy, 975 Ray Street, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37917.
All right. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We need a business license, certificate of occupancy, and health department approval.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much, sir. 6I, the Roundup and Ice Cream. Sam Tabea.
Sam Tobia, 3643 Sevierville Pike, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37920.
Okay. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We just need the certificate of occupancy.
Okay.
Move to approve pending final documentation.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay. You're approved, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pending final documentation. All right. 6F, Scarecrow Foundation, Brian Coakley. I did say that. 6J, so sorry. I told you guys I didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay.
Hello, my name is Brian Coakley. I'm an event manager for Scarecrow Foundation at 217 South Peters.
All right. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
That file is complete.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Oh, I got a question. Oh, sorry.
Councilwoman McKenzie.
Thank you. Could you tell us a little bit about your event, what you're having, please?
It's going to be a benefit concert. We're having a DJ at the Standard and hoping to sell a lot of tickets.
Oh, what's the date?
It is December 27th, right after Christmas.
Okay, awesome. Good luck to you. Okay, got a motion and a second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Oh, do you guys have questions?
I have one.
Councilman Thomas.
Sure. Yes, what is the benefit for?
It's for Scarecrow. They have a subsidiary called X Hunger, which aims to feed the homeless.
Yeah, y'all periodically do these benefits, I think, don't you? Okay.
Yeah, we did one last month.
Thought though. Thank you.
Yep.
Councilwoman Helsley. You're just messing with me.
No.
It's easy today. Okay. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. All right.
Thank you.
7A, Dash and Go. Is that the one we need to, Ms. Harper is unable to be here this evening?
Yes, ma'am.
Due to a family health issue?
You're correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this, our option is to postpone a month or extend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to extend to the next meeting.
Okay, we have a motion to extend to January. We have a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. 7B, Fast Hand was postponed, or extended, so sorry. 7C, Lucky Shot Billiards, 6021 Chapman Highway. Did Did we already do something and I messed that up too?
Well, they've picked up their permit.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Yep.
7D, The Hill. Trevor Hill, 7D. Mr. Byrd, any word from them?
I haven't spoken with Mr. Hill this month, so I'm not sure what the scenario is there.
Mr. Frost.
Thank you. I talked to Vice Mayor Smith. It was his understanding they were close to finishing up their inspections. So an extension might be appropriate.
Mr. Byrd, they're still lacking health, fire, and inspections?
Really, actually, just the certificate of occupancy, so inspections approval.
Mr. Johnson, I'm going to assume off the cuff you don't know what all that entails.
Well, actually do. They're very near finishing their review process, and then they can get their inspections. So they are close.
Okay, so they've had permits and they've done,
Not yet. No, they're very nearly to get those permits.
oh,
Then they can get the inspections and they'll be finished.
do they need to do work? They need to build out?
No.
Okay, that's really what I meant. Okay, even if I didn't make myself clear. Would anybody like to, oh, I have two lights. I'm ignoring my colleagues.
You're fine.
Councilwoman McKenzie.
Thank you, Chair. I was actually going to suggest that we extend on behalf of Vice Mayor Smith, since this is in his district, and sounds like he may be more intimately knowledgeable about what their situation is and what's going on.
My question
Councilwoman
was
Puget.
30 days or 60 days? I mean, based on how much work we have to do, are we going to be, some of that sounds like, especially during this time of year, I'm not sure that that January meeting is enough. We can extend to February, and if they're done, and they pick it up. So I move that we extend till February, if you're okay with that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
I've got a
Oh, wait.
question.
Yes,
Um,
Councilman.
I agree with
Roberto.
doing the extension, Chair. The question I have is, looks like this beer permit was approved pending final documentation in September of '23. Have they had a background check since then? Because it's more than a year.
I haven't looked at that file, but not that I know of, because I've not had any contact with him in my office, so most likely not.
So that was my only concern, is it's been more than a year since the background check. As you all know, I'm a big proponent of 90 days instead of 60 days, but in this particular case, I'm thinking maybe we should do 30 days and just have them come in January so we can tell them they need to redo their background check. Mr. Frost, there's nothing we could do today to require them to get another background check if they haven't done one in a year. Is that right?
There is no requirement to get a follow-up background check. I guess the potential stick is you don't extend it if they don't do it.
Yeah, I think that's.
I
So,
withdraw my motion.
so are we back to the original motion for January? Anyway, that was my thinking, was that I just saw that it's been more than a year.
How about, Councilwoman McKenzie, would you like to make a motion? You didn't make an official motion. This one is.
So official motion, I move to extend for 30 days.
Would you like?
To the January meeting.
Yes.
January meeting, yes.
I'm going to second that.
Okay. Yeah. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Gotta love Robert's rules, don't you, Rob? Or, Will, Mr. Johnson? Okay. Whoever. I'm really doing well. I'm like my grandma today. No? Maybe. Okay. Yes. All right. I believe with no other business before the Beer Board, we are adjourned.